Hi everybody, today is February 21st, 2014. Ukraine peace deal signed open way for early elections. Ukrainian opposition leaders signed an EU-mediated peace deal with President Viktor Yanukovych on Friday, aiming to end a violent standoff that has left dozens dead and opening the way for an early presidential election this year. Russian-backed Yanukovych under pressure to quit from the mass demonstrations in Kyiv earlier offered a series of concessions to his pro-European opponents, including a national unity government and a constitutional change to reduce his powers, as well as the presidential vote. German Foreign Ministry Frank-Walter Steinmeier said the deal provided for the creation of a national unity government and an early presidential election this year. Although no date has been set, the vote had been due in March 2015. A Reuters correspondent at the signing in the presidential headquarters said Yanukovych did not smile during the ceremony, lasting several minutes, with Ukraine caught in a geopolitical tug-of-war between Russia and the EU. At least 77 people have been killed this week in the worst violence since the independent country emerged from the wreckage of the Soviet Union in 1991. There are no steps that we should not take to restore peace in Ukraine, Yanukovych said when announcing his concessions before the deal was signed. I announced that I am initiating early elections. Yanukovych said Ukraine would revert to its previous constitution, under which parliament had greater control over the makeup of the government, including the prime minister. I am starting the process of a return to the 2004 constitution, with a rebalancing of powers towards a parliamentary republic, he said. I call for the start of procedures for forming a government of national unity. German and Polish foreign ministers were in Kyiv to promote the political compromise to end the bloodshed, amid a standoff between riot police and anti-government protesters who had occupied the central square for nearly 3 months. Before the deal was signed, armed police briefly entered the parliament building while lawmakers were holding an emergency session, but they were quickly ejected. 2 members exchanged punches when the speaker tried to adjourn the proceedings. Sky News has a video of this scuffle. I'll give you a link so you can watch it. Opposition deputies were angered because it would mean delaying a possible vote on a resolution pressuring for constitutional changes to restrict the president's power. The speaker left the chamber and the debate continued. The deal would be a setback for President Vladimir Putin, who has made tying Ukraine into a Moscow-led Eurasian Union a cornerstone of his efforts to reunite as much as possible the former Soviet Union. S&P said latest developments in the crisis made it less likely that Ukraine would receive desperately needed Russian aid. Ukraine canceled a planned issue of 5-year euro bonds worth $2 billion. It told the Irish Stock Exchange where the debt would have been listed. Kyiv had hoped Russia would buy the bonds to help it stave off bankruptcy. Russia's economic minister said Moscow was still undecided on the next $2 billion installment and was awaiting clarity on the government in Ukraine. The health ministry said 77 people have been killed since Tuesday afternoon, which meant that at least 47 people died in Thursday's clashes. On Thursday, EU foreign ministers meeting in Brussels imposed targeted sanctions on Ukraine and threatened more if the authorities failed to restore calm. I'll give you the links to this article and the video on Sky News of the scuffle. They will be down below in the more information box. Alright, bookmark my site. I'll keep you up to date. Please stay safe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless you all. Bye.